Okay, we're here with one more battle report. This time we're going to do Phase 2 of the Vigilus campaign, and we're doing Crucible of War Convoy, and we're going to read all of the rules this time, not just some of the rules. So, it's going to start with attacker getting the first turn. This time, Orks are the defender, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to get their convoy from one end of the battlefield to the other end of the battlefield. And in this game, I've designated my 2 Morkanauts and these 2 trucks as my convoy. Or sorry, my Morkanaut, my Gorkanaut, and these 2 trucks. So I'm trying to get these guys off that end of the battlefield. And if I have the points, and I'll calculate it later, I'm going to add one of these other trucks or things to the convoy, just to make sure that I have a full 1/3 of my army as part of it. So, he's going to be the attacker, and he doesn't bring any of his stuff in until the start of his turn, and attacker gets the first turn. There's no rolling for seize the initiative. We also rolled for a battle zone, which is the geothermal eruption. And so one side of the table is going to have lava coming in from it, and as the game goes on, we're going to be moving this lava closer and closer to the other side of the board edge. And anything that's on the side of these tokens is going to be destroyed. So we're going to be removing buildings, we're going to be removing models, whatever is on this side of the table behind the tokens. So the lava is going to creep ever closer, which makes it harder to get off the table, or at least it puts a clock on it. So we'll see how that goes. What's cool about this is that each player gets to kind of roll off to see who moves what token. And so if I win the roll-off, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to move this token that doesn't matter. And he'll be like, okay, well, I'm going to move this token right here and kill all these boys. You know, so we'll see how that goes. I think that's it. So we'll just get into the armies. As I'm already facing the Orc deployment zone, we'll go ahead and start here. So we got Run DMC's 30-man boy squad. We have the Weird Boy right here. We have 10 Grots. We have another 10 Grots. These are not in the battle report. Sorry, guys. After we saw the lava, we removed them, and I traded out for a truck full of boys. So you have another truck full of boys here. We have my shock jump dragster here. We have 10 Grots up here. We have the shock attack gun up here, and this is going to be my war, or not my lord, but it is going to be part of the Morkanaut stratagem, and I'm going to take that super shock attack gun again. It worked out really well in the last game, so we'll try it again. Then I got 2 more squads of boys. This one has 11 models, and these other 2 have 12. They both got shootas and big shootas, and then boys with big choppas. Then I have my Def Killer War Trike. He has the extra gubbins super cyborg body, and then I have my custom Boosta Blasta over here rounding it out. So that's the list, and we'll see how it fares against Ultramarines, the classic matchup. So what are we bringing here today?
So my Ultramarine armies, it's getting led by Bobby G.
Bobby G.
He is my warlord. He's supported by a 10 squad of Hellblasters, which is just your normal assault. 3 units of the Primaris Marines. I am a Redemptor Dreadnought, all WYSIWYG, let's see what we get.
Except for the
except for, proxy. So
these are intercessors, right?
Yes, these are intercessors.
Do they have auxiliary grenade launchers?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
They're free now.
They are?
They're a free upgrade in the chapter proof, so you want to go ahead and give them?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to give them that. Veteran Dreadnought.
Veteran Dreadnought.
Twin Link Last Cannon, Heavy Bolter. Vindicator.
Vindicator.
My mind's drawing blank.
Last Predator.
Yep. Got my Storm Hawk with twin assault cannons and Sky Shield missile launchers.
Flyers in this unit ignore the lava, so he can fly all over the place and kind of ignore it. So.
And my last 2 HQs, I have a Primaris Librarian. And my other HQ is my Chaplain in Gravis armor.
Captain or Chaplain?
Captain.
Captain. Okay, cool. And this is 1 battalion?
This is 1 battalion.
Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8 plus his 3.
So 11 command points.
11 command points. Sweet. All right. Well, we'll get back to you at the end of the orc turn. Or sorry, attackers go first, so we'll get back to you at the end of the Space Marine turn 1. Here's the end of Space Marines turn 1. They moved in from their board edge, so we got the Las Predator here, Venerable Dreadnought, Redemptor Dreadnought, 5 Intercessors, and Vindicator. And then over here on the lava, because it ignores the lava for being a flyer, we have his little flyer Betty. So he spent 2 CP of his 11. He's down to 9. One was to give him the, what was it called?
The
Wisdom of the Ancients, so that he and the other Dread could reroll 1s, and then he used 1 CP to reroll a wound roll on my Gorkanaut. He brought the Gorkanaut down to 5 wounds between his las cannons, so it's already bracketed down to its second bracket, and that was a pretty good shooting phase for him. So I spent 2 CP in his turn to make my Convoy -2 or -1 to hit, which he did not target. So a little bit of waste. I will get back to you at the end of the Orc turn 1. End of Orc turn 1.
That's right.
He doesn't.
Shall know no fear.
They shall know no fear. Reroll it.
I'm good.
He's good. Okay, so my boys that jumped over here, they took out the Vindicator and 5 of the Intercessors. I shot off the table the Venerable Dreadnought and the Predator. And we move forward here, so these guys advanced. All these guys advanced. The Grots moved forward. The shock attack gun stood still, and the Weird Boy moved forward. I used a ton of CP. So the first CP I used was 1 for a reroll. 1 was for him to fire twice because of the Dreadnought Squadron CP1. That's 2 CP. And then I used another 3 CP over here so they could fight twice so that I could kill that Vindicator. So cost me a lot of CP to do it, but I did get the Vindicator. Vindicator exploded, killed 1 of my boys and 1 of his Intercessors. So overall, a fantastic turn for the Orcs, and I'm really cutting off a lot of his deployment. So we're going to move the lava here in a second. We'll tell you how that goes. Thanks. End of Ultramarines turn 2. We moved the lava forward, and so it's creeping along, although at this point we'll see if it actually matters. Hellblasters walked on from this board edge, shot my Death Killer Wartrike down to 2 wounds remaining. Actually, he did 4 wounds with the Hellblasters, but because he killed my custom Boosta Blasta and it exploded, I did another 2 wounds to it. He brought this unit of 5 Hellblasters on, but they overcharged and lost 2 wounds. The Gorkanaut's down to his last wound remaining, and Gurliman's presence was definitely felt from all the rerolls. Let's see. Oh, he took 2 wounds off of this Dreadnought because of overcharging plasma. He spent a CP here to allow these guys to come in off of anywhere on a board edge within 12 inches and 9 inches away from a person. It's one of the special stratagem ones here. This guy moved over and vaporized this unit of boys. So those boys are dead. The custom Boosta Blast is dead. And I didn't say it in my last turn, but my Shock Jump Drabster teleported in the first turn, so we just say that it teleported off the table. So that's the secured points there. So what he's aiming for is this Death Killer Wartrike remaining and these 3. So if I get these 3 trucks off the table or this guy and a truck off the table, I win. But if he kills this and 1 truck, he basically wins. So then we're just shooting for points. So we'll see how the rest of my Orc turn 2 goes, and we'll get back to you. Of Orc turn 2, we moved the Convoy away from Gurlyman as much as we could. The Morkanaut moved forward. The Gorkanaut moved back here on its 1 wound. He was trying to kill these guys. He managed to kill a couple of them, but then when he charged in, my opponent used the Melter Rig 2 CP, so he did D6 mortal wounds to a vehicle from an infantry. So since it only had 1 wound left, it automatically destroyed, and then I did not explode, so I didn't do any more wounds. So the Gorkanaut is dead. Morkanaut moved forward and finished off between all the combined fire that I had left on this side of the table, managed to finish off these Hellblasters. And then otherwise I just moved forward. After that we moved the lava. And I just picked up the Grots because I felt like they were going to be superfluous. They don't have an objective to hold. and it would have just taken me a lot of time to move them forward each turn. So now we're going to go back to Ultramarines turn 3 and see where that goes. He still has a good shot of winning here. I'm out of CP, so that's it. That's the end of the ball game. So we'll see what happens. Smurf turn, what is this, 3? Yeah, it's turn 3. So Hellblasters move forward, shot some Grots because they're trying to kill my Warlord. The bird thing, I don't know what this thing is called even. Storm Talon moves over here, kills my Death Killer Wartrike. Had 2 wounds left. So what's really important now are these trucks. But he put a lot of wounds on the trucks, so we'll see how it goes. Morkanaut took some wounds from shooting. He's down to 9 wounds. Girly Man moved forward to try and charge. However, Girly Man failed the charge. So, and he took 3 wounds from the charge. So, great for Orks. Otherwise, he just generally pushed some stuff around. So we'll see what the Orks can do. Something to keep in mind that we forgot to do is that as the lava moves forward, any terrain that it touches gets deleted. And so the board actually, this cool visual of the terrain slowly disappearing from the table. So I have to be careful because my Convoy is actually skirting the edge of the lava now to try and stay away from Girly Man. So we'll get back to you at the end of the Orc turn. End of the Orc turn 3. Morkanaut moved forward to go after the Redemptor Dreadnought. Managed to, through combined shooting and then the combat, to kill it. The Redemptor exploded. Did a couple of wounds to this guy. Did 3 wounds to this guy. Did 1 wound to this guy. Girly Man was out. Killed 1 guy from here. Through the combined shooting of all of the Orc vehicles, I managed to kill 3 and put 1 wound on one of these intercessors. Over here, the dude moved forward, tried to smite, failed. He shot over here, did like 1 wound to the bird. I did a couple of words to the bird through miscellaneous shooting, but not enough to Storm Talon. I keep calling it a bird. It's a whirly bird. To the Storm Talon, but not enough for it to bracket or die or anything like that. So this is probably going to be the last turn. The lava moved forward, as you can see, ate some more terrain, and we're right on the edge of the lava at this point, so I can't even really skirt the edge. So the Orcs are going to move forward. Any of them that get to the edge here will be off the table. Now I have to get all 3 of these guys off the edge, and he has to just kill the trucks. If he manages to kill the trucks, the boys inside don't matter. It's just got to kill a truck. So I tried to move as far away as I could, and we'll see at the end of Ultramarines turn 4. Also, he's down to 1 CP. I'm out, so we'll get back to you. Space Marine turn 4. He shot some stuff, did some wounds to the trucks. This one's down to only having 3 wounds. This one's down to has 3 wounds taken, so he has 7 wounds left. These guys advanced to move. He rolled a 2 and then re-rolled it and still rolled a 2. His goal was to try and get over here, so I had to come this way, the long way around this piece of terrain, and thus maybe not get off the board edge. So they weren't really able to do much. This guy's all the shots, between everything, didn't do much. Then he went for a bunch of charges into the Morkanaut, starting with Girly Man, who failed the charge and then took something like 5 wounds in Overwatch because of my big Zappa getting really ridiculously lucky. So he's on 1 wound left. Then and this is really just insult to injury because Orcs killing in Overwatch. Overwatched with the captain and then died again to the big Zappa, and then the librarian and died to the big Zappa. So it was just a comedy of errors there. Either way, I've got to try and get these trucks off the table this round, and we'll see. So if this back truck gets a really good advance roll, then it's possible. So the front 2 trucks should be able to do it. We'll see if there's another turn. So I'll get back to you at the end of Orc turn 4. The end of Orc turn 4, I wasn't able to get this truck off the table, so it's got to stay for another turn. The other 2 did manage to escape. The Morkanaut slid over to try and protect it, and then proceeded to shoot everything into Girly Man. Girly Man took the 1 wound that he had left, died, and then rolled a 1 for his comeback save. And since he's out of CP, that's it, he's dead. So poor son of the Emperor is gone. The Mega Shock Attack, or the Super Shock Attack, rolled just enough damage into the flyer to take it out. So now all that's left that can stop my truck from getting off the table is these 2 guys back here, these 4 guys here, and this dude here. So a couple of intercessors. The Hellblasters, I forgot to say this, last turn the Hellblasters killed my Weird Boy. So these guys have been racking up stuff in the backfield, but they're too far away to be relevant from the end. So we'll see if these intercessors can do enough damage to that truck. It's still possible. So we'll get back to you at the end of Space Marine turn 5. All right, so end of Space Marine turn 5. We had the Space Marines march around. Some of them came up here and then charged in the back. Did 4 wounds to the truck, which is not enough. And then we had the Hellblasters back here kill the Grots. And so that's pretty much the end of the game. I should, with movement here, be able to get off the table with this truck without any problems, and that's it. So it's been a good game. Did you have fun with the Indominus Crusade or the Vigilus? Okay, perfect. And you know, anything you would change the next time we play against Orks?
Probably put more out at the beginning of the game.
Yeah. It's a weird mission. It's kind of janky. It's a little fun. It's unpredictable, you know. So
if it was the exact same mission where the lava was coming in, I'll probably try to do like a more human meat shield.
Right.
So the trucks can get past me.
Right.
So I think if I did that, the game would.
Sure. Maybe save a little bit to make use of a couple of different tactics like the Indominus Crusaders and stuff for Vigilus. But overall, I'm pretty impressed with the Vigilus campaign in general. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of back and forth between the rules. And, you know, the Super Shock Attack gun is, as advertised, fantastic. Ignore this. This is the quarter on the table. Somebody wants to steal our table when we're done here. So, all right, guys, have a good one, and I'll get you next week with another battle report.